All right, well, let's get right to Steph Curry, who, I mean, when you say someone's losing his mind, Steph Curry right now is losing his mind.
Man.
Is it fair to say he is probably the best shooter of all time?
Oh, it's fair. He is the best shooter of all time. And if you watch him, and it's weird because when we talked to Steve Kerr a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to say, Steve, tell Steph to stop trying to, do the antics when he shoots. And if you watch him shooting now, he's just doing what he used to, going straight up. He's not posing. He's just shooting that thing. And when he does that, wow, he's amazing. So I thought for a while he had some other shooters that were better, just as good, but he has gone above and beyond any other shooter I've ever seen or even played with.
Yeah, he burned the Sixers for 49 the other night. Made 10 plus 3-pointers for the 6th time this season, and no other player has had 5 in their entire career.
The man is crazy.
This is his 6th this season.
Yes.
Now, big shot. Now, I think they may be in the, 9th or 10th seed, somewhere out there in the West, somewhere within the play-in. Let's say, they make a little noise. How many MVP votes does Steph Curry get this season?
If he stays healthy, and the fact that Embiid's been out, Harden's out now, LeBron's out, all that attention is going to go to Steph, especially as how you finish, because everybody's like, okay, let's just wait. The season's starting. Let's see how everybody rounds into shape. But the way he's shooting that thing, man, he's going to take a lot of votes from Embiid, a lot of votes from Harden, and, of course, a lot of votes from LeBron. So if they can get in, he might have a shot at turning some heads and saying he's MVP.
Hey, do you think, okay, it seems as though every year we would think we know what will define the MVP. We know MVP, most valuable player, but it seems like this thing fluctuates every year.
Yeah, it's a moving target.
Like, at what point in time do we nail this thing down and get people to realize this is what this thing stands for?
Never, because it's so trendy. Because the year Westbrook won it, he deserved it because he did something nobody has ever done in a long time. Average a triple double. And Giannis was his second MVP was kind of close, but I feel like they should have gave that to LeBron, because when you look at players, they always have to improve in some area. Think it, LeBron led the league in assists, was still putting up the same numbers, won the championship, but who votes? They vote different way. They said Giannis, and it all comes down to a lot of the stats and how people feel about anything. But and you think about this. Kobe Bryant only won 1.
Ridiculous.
That's wild.
Ridiculous. And Steve Nash won 2, and I love Steve Nash, but that second one should have went to Kobe that year.
Or Shaq. Shaq yells and bitches and moans all the time that Steve Nash stole his MVP.
Yeah, and it's just so weird. And then if you really want to go back further than that, think about how they shafted MJ. MJ, he should have won it almost every
year he was in the league. He should have won the damn MVP.
Yes. So and it's some situations that I would love to get every person that has a vote and just have them tell me what's on your mind. What were you thinking about? Why did you go this way? And so who knows what they do in their minds? Because I know my vote this year, my vote would go for Embiid if I hadn't voted.
Yes, I agree. The season he's had so far, I agree. It's very hard for me to say this guy's the MVP in Steph Curry, who I think is an amazing player, hands down the best shooter I've ever seen. And I've watched a lot of basketball, but it's hard for me to say you're the MVP if your team is so bad. Because at some point, your efforts have to lift your team up to more than just an 8 seed. You have to kind of make more of a statement for me. And it's like, he can be shooting the lights out right now, but if that team can't get up in the standings, it's really hard for me to go here.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can make a little bit of an argument for him.
Okay. I'm open for it.
He hasn't had Klay in almost 2 full seasons with crazy injuries. You lose James Wiseman for the rest of the season. Really good young player, had a lot of promise, still does have a lot of promise, but his season is derailed. So Steph and look, I love Draymond, I do, but Draymond's not moving that needle. He's not a talent to where he just moves this needle to where you can say, well, Steph has Draymond. All right, cool. But if I take away Steph Curry from that team even just the way that it looks right now.
They've won like 2 games.
This team is how many teams in each conference? 15.
Yeah,
they below 15. I don't even think they can get below 15. They down in the dungeon. They down in the barrel. Steph is literally dragging this team. I'm trying to get this team into the play-in for us to have a chance to get into the regular playoffs. He's doing that by himself.
he is,
and he can't be stopped. He's on a historic run right now. He's probably shooting better this year than he did some of his MVP years. So yeah. I look at it from one end. I'm like, look, man, I ain't mad at him getting a couple of MVP votes here and there.
I get it.
But, if you look at Steph's body, sometimes when you get injured and you miss a season, it gives you time to work on your body. If you look at Steph's body, it looks bigger, it looks stronger, it looks faster. And it's allowing him to do the things he's doing. But to kind of debunk what you said, you forget. Now, take this guy that played in Cleveland, a young guy played in Cleveland, took him to the finals, beat a team that was, the defending Eastern Conference champions when he didn't have anybody. So, and I know it's the East and it's the West and it's a different time and different defenses, but if you going to have I'm just playing negative Nancy here. Yeah, they're gonna have things that debunk what you just said, because they'll say, oh, well, LeBron, he got his team to the finals and he won the East, and then why can't Steph? Is Steph supposed to be an MVP and LeBron didn't win? There's so many things that they can throw at you. There's so many haters, and I'm not trying to be a hater, but I'm just trying to show you what somebody might say, that since he didn't get him into the playoffs and he is on a one-man show. But I remember it's funny when you have a guy on a streak like that. When Kobe was on that streak, we were in the locker room and Kobe was like, yo, man, I'm on this streak. And we all in the locker room like, and? It's like, he said, no, we got to keep it going. I'm like, I said, what you going to do for us?
Yeah, so we ain't got to do it.
Yeah, so he was like, well, what do y'all want? It says, okay, well, my kids need some of this Adidas stuff here, so you need to give us this. And it was funny because we were sitting in the locker room and we were literally saying, well, we need this, and this, and we'll keep giving you the ball. And so when you have a team with that type, yes, when you have a team like that, you have that type of rapport, because we were winning. We could, step to the side, break plays, and let him do his thing, and we could still win games. And when we did that for him, his streak was going on, and I always mess with him back that we never got our gear. So
I was just about to ask y'all, did y'all ever get it?
He never got our gear. He tricked us.
We do have to talk about Kobe and gear, but we'll probably do that a little bit later. I did want to play for you. Speaking of haters, the one and only Skip Bayless.
I've got a team. I've got Oscar. I got Dr. J. These are all better than Steph right here, right now. I've got David Robinson. You think not?
No.
Karl Malone, second all-time leading scorer.
No.
Right? Oh, stop it.
No.
I got Bill Walton.
No.
Oh, stop it.
No.
You have no idea what you're talking about. Do you remember Bill Walton?
I do.
He dominated pro basketball the way very
For
few
2
dominated.
years.
He got hurt.
That's my point.
Did he not dominate a finals, just take it over? He took it over. He was the runaway MVP, regular season finals. I haven't seen that from Steph yet. I haven't seen him take over in the biggest moments. I'm sorry. I still have Dirk in my top, my second 10, and be the top 20. Did he not win Finals MVP?
He won Finals MVP.
Yeah,
Skip, he's not better than Steph.
Yeah, was Jerry West? I'll put Jerry West in there. He's better right now than Steph. I'm sorry. Yes, he is. He's just better.
That man is out of his mind.
That man made my stomach hurt, man.
Mind.
He must have been smoking some peyote with Bill Walton before he came on the show, because he is high and don't know what the hell he's talking about.
He got into Uncle Shay's gummies, I think.
And you think about Finals MVP. Let's go back to Steph's final MVP he should have won. Did you see his face when they announced Iggy as the MVP? He's like, what?
Yeah, that was the first title. Yeah.
I'm like, what? He looking around like, are you serious? And he was robbed in. And it's, Iggy played good. He made one good defense. It's like, oh, he played good defense with LeBron. LeBron averaged 30. How the hell is that good defense? And it's the most ridiculous thing to me that they rob Steph like that. I know Iggy, I love Iggy as a player, but, I think sometimes he sit back and say, yo, Steph, I'm sorry. Here's your trophy, because the way he played in that series was just straight dominating. He just got robbed. So that's what happens to light-skinned brothers, man. They cheat. They treat them wrong.
Oh, come on.
Now I'm looking through this. I'm looking through my little fake dictionary here.
We'll ask Rick about that too, by the way.
Looking through my little fake dictionary here. I'm looking for the word "see now," and Found it. And guess whose face is right next to it?
Probably
One
Skip's.
Skip Ain't no way in hell you going to sit up here and tell me Bill Walton. No disrespect to Bill Walton. Love him when he does the West Coast game. He a little weird. But, good to listen to because it's funny because, he's just all over the place. Like him. Ain't no way in hell he better than Steph Curry. Matter of fact, Bill knows he ain't better than Steph Curry.
Bill will tell you.
Jerry West?
Well, he's the logo.
So?
So?
What that mean?
It means he was the best player in the game for a long stretch of time.
Jerry West is not better. Jerry West will tell you.
Better. I'm saying there's at least a conversation there.
We just had it, and it's done.
And it's over.